Please confirm whether we are audible to you or not. We will be starting this much awaited session on Bank of Maharashtra Scale 2 previous year questions. Exam dated 12th March 2022. So just 7 8 months back, 8 or 9 months back, this exam was held, and the questions that are asked last year will decide our future syllabus and our future course of action. In this regard, this session is going to be very important to set the momentum. Please confirm whether I am clearly audible to all of you or not. We are going to start a very important session. I need all your undivided attention and a thumbs up. आप मुझे लाइक कर दीजिए, वीडियो को लाइक कर दीजिए. हम ये सेशन शुरू करने जा रहे हैं, बहुत जल्दी शुरू कर रहे हैं. सेशन को लाइक कर दीजिए. यस, अमित सिंह, थैंक यू फॉर योर काइंड कंफर्मेशन ऑफ ऑडिबिलिटी. आई होप आई एम क्लियरली ऑडिबल टू यू. Apart from the questions, we will be discussing the explanation thereafter. So it is going to be very, very, very useful session for your exam point of view. Before that, I have something to motivate you. Do something today that your future self will be proud of or will thank you for. So do something, do take the right decision, do prepare in the right manner, in the right direction, so that you will thank yourself on a future date. Okay? And there is something, the exclusive result of Knowledgist. Last year 248 plus. This year this should be definitely 400 plus in both scale 2 and scale 3. If you commit that to me, I am ready to provide you all the content, everything that is required: interviews, mock interviews, drills, questions. Because if you see this question bank, if you are existing student, you will find that all the questions were asked from our question bank and your question bank for that matter. Okay, so give us 2 months of dedicated preparation, and I assure you that if you work hard, there is nothing can stop you to get a seat or get a photo on our screens. Okay, and more than the photo on our screens, it is important for you to grab a selection. Okay, so let begons be begons. जो हो गया वो हो गया. चलिए शुरू करते हैं. पहला क्वेश्चन आपके स्क्रीन के ऊपर, बहुत इजी क्वेश्चन से शुरू कर रहा हूं और ज्यादातर क्वेश्चन यहीं से आते हैं. द पीएम सुरक्षा बीमा, व्हाट इज द प्रीमियम अमाउंट एंड व्हाट इज द मैक्सिमम एज ऑफ एंट्री? यस, योर आंसर्स प्लीज. योर आंसर्स प्लीज. Will not waste our time. In PM Suraksha Bima, what is the premium amount, maximum age of entry? Maybe now you are thinking that what silly question they are asking. Very good. Very good. Without options, many of you have answered 12 and 60, 12 and 55, 20 and 70, 20 and 65. Your answers. Yes, Akash, you are right. Subham Soni, right. Zukardian, right. Parul, right. It is 20 and 70. Okay, so there are some details on PM Suraksha Yojana. So earlier it was 12 rupees. Now it has been improved to enhanced to rupees 20. Age limit is 18 to 70 years. The amount, maybe this year they may ask something like, what is the coverage? 2 lakh, and for partial disability it is 1 lakh. Okay. Next question. Also they ask the premium calculation date. If you enter before 31st May, there will only be auto debit from your account. Only a bank holder can insure himself. ठीक है, सिर्फ एक बैंक अकाउंट होल्डर ही अपने आप को इंश्योर कर सकता है. और 31 मई तक अगर आप एनरोल करते हैं तो आपका जो पीरियड ऑफ एनरोलमेंट है 1 जून टू नेक्स्ट 31 मई. ठीक है. At what rate the premium for deposit insurance is paid by the banks to DICGC on every rupees 100? Your answers, please. 10 paisa, 12 paisa, 15 paisa, 20 paisa. There is a lot of discussion on DICGC at what time the exam was conducted. At that time, there were banks like PMC, etc., were failing. So many cooperative banks were failing. So that was an important question at that point of time. But you must look into the question and find it is not a financial awareness question. It is a professional banking question. So the focus in BOM is more of professional banking question, and for which Knowledgist is in India. Yes, very good. Earlier it was 10 paisa, now it is 12 paisa. Almost all of you are right. Almost all of you are right. Very good. You know DICGC, it is a combination of two institutions. One is DIC, another is Credit Guarantee Corporation of India. So there is a separate act of DICGC in the year 1961. Okay. So there every amount, every account is covered under DICGC. Every deposit account is covered, maybe demand or maybe time, FD, RD, SCA, SA. Every account is covered except government deposits. Deposits that the federal and state governments make. Deposits are made between the banks, interbank deposits. The sum owing as a result of deposit made outside India, and any amount that it has been officially excluded by Reserve Bank of India. Now it is 5 lakh, and in single bank it is 5 lakh. If you have 10 lakhs in one bank, the maximum amount you get is 5 lakhs. If you have 4 lakhs in three banks, you will get 12 lakh. Okay, you will be insured for 12 lakhs. Clear? Yes. Expand UCPDC. Please expand UCPDC. Now this is something related to international banking, documentary credit management. In scale 3 we will discuss next week, or probably in 2 3 week or 2 3 days, about the scale 3 asked questions. Then you will get to know how tough credit management questions are being asked. And here also more questions related to NI Act, export, import, documentary credit, forex, etc. Okay. So, can anyone tell me what is the right answer? I will not read it for you. Please see it on screen and tell me what is the full form of UCPDC. Last time 2 to 3 full forms were asked. Yes. बहुत लोग बाद में ज्वाइन किए हुए हैं. पहले हमारा थोड़ा डिले हो गया, आपको रीजंस भी बता दिया गया है. So please bear with me for that and give a like. Yes, very good. Many of you are telling C as the right answer, but A is the right answer. Uniform customs and practice for documentary credit. Just a little tweak, but most of you are confused. Not most of you, and only Punit is confused. Rest, Parul, Soumik, Somnath, Amit, all of you answered A as the right answer. Yes, uniform customs and practice for documentary credit. Documentary credit means LCBG, where the immediate fund flow is not there. Only credit based on documents is given, is called documentary credit, LCBG. And LCBG is also called the contingent liability of the bank. Okay? Yes. CBO में भी काफी full forms थे. Yes. Which of the following is characteristics of an inchoate instrument? Which of the following is a characteristic of an inchoate instrument? Last time एक दिन पहले हमने inchoate instrument का सेशन लिया था, and that was asked. In BOM 2 years, almost maximum questions were directly from our question bank. Yes, your answer please. Not drawn in proper form, acquired without consideration, incomplete instrument, or all of these. Amit is saying D, Sai Shankar is saying D. Others are saying C, like Subham, Hargobind, Parul. Which one you prefer? Which one others prefer? आप C के साथ जाएंगे कि D के साथ जाएंगे? C के साथ जाएंगे कि D के साथ जाएंगे? प्रोबेबिलिटी C और D में अभी 50-50 है. आप बेट C में लगाएंगे कि D में लगाएंगे? अगर देखिए इसके आउटकम के ऊपर, इस रिजल्ट के आउटकम के ऊपर हमने एक बेट लगाया है. कुछ लोग सी बोल रहे हैं, कुछ लोग डी बोल रहे हैं. नाउ on the outcome, if you want to bet or if you buy an instrument, that will be called CDO, collateralized debt obligation. तो पहला debt obligation था. Okay, I will discuss on that on a separate manner. Yes. CDO, credit default swap, इस तरह के बहुत सारे क्वेश्चंस आते हैं. I will discuss later. Okay. Yes, it is C, incomplete instrument. Okay. Yes, डेरिवेटिव के पार्ट पर मैं इनसाइड क्लास लूंगा. ठीक है. Protection to paying banker against forged endorsement in bearer checks available under which section of NI Act? I think most of my students will answer it without looking into the options. इसका ऑप्शन देखे बिना अगर आप दे सकते हैं, so it will be a great credit to you. But by the way, I have floated the options. Protection to paying banker against a forged endorsement in bearer checks is available under, no, not section 6. Section 6 is about checks. Section 6 is about checks. Only the definition of check. Section 6 is only the definition about checks. 85 1 कुछ नहीं है, 85 ए है डीडी के बारे में. सोमनाथ दास, यू आर कंफ्यूज्ड. 85 2, 85 सबसेक्शन 2, ठीक है. प्रोटेक्शन अगेंस्ट फॉर्स्ड एंडोर्समेंट इन bearer checks. No, not 31. D is not the right answer. B is the right answer. We are a little confused, but Somnath was almost right. Which section of NI Act provides protection to collecting banker? Protection to collecting banker. 89, 85, 80, 131. Protection to collecting banker. There is no 143 for protection to collecting banker. Very good. Some of you have given the answer rightly. Very good. It is section 131. Section 131. If you see in our NI Act class, those who were in CBO, they have also seen this kind of questions in our NI Act. They're exactly what we asked in our, we prepared in our NI Act top 125 MCQ. Okay. Yes. After issue of a demand notice under section 13 by 2 of SARFAESI, what is the time limit within which the secured creditor can initiate an action for enforcement of security? Silly question. Silly question for our student. It is damn easy question for our students. I don't need to give you options for that. Section 13 by 2, demand notice, SARFAESI, even for CBO, we read about it. Please tell me. Chandrasekhar, Subham Jain, you are just diverted from the right answer. Yes, most of you are right. Most of you are right. Most of you are right. हाँ, ये प्रीवियस ईयर का क्वेश्चन पेपर एप्लीकेशन में अपलोड हो जाएगा. एप्लीकेशन में ही अपलोड होगा प्रीवियस ईयर का क्वेश्चन पेपर. सेशन के बाद एप्लीकेशन में अपलोड हो जाएगा. कुछ और क्वेश्चंस भी ऐड किए जा रहे हैं. पूरे क्वेश्चंस ऑफ लास्ट ईयर विल बी डिस्कसिंग सम ऑफ देम एंड रेस्ट विल बी एडेड देयर. ओके, इट इज 60 डेज. इट्स 60 डेज डिमांड नोटिस. ठीक है. पोजेशन के लिए कौन सा है? 13 by 2 is for demand notice to take possession. Under which section we take the possession? Under which section we take the possession? Tell me. ये लास्ट ईयर का क्वेश्चन था. इस बार पोजेशन के बारे में क्वेश्चन आ सकता है. ये डिमांड नोटिस के बारे में था. नेक्स्ट टाइम दे कुड आस्क अबाउट द पोजेशन. अंडर व्हिच सेक्शन वी कैन टेक ए पोजेशन? Under which section we can take a possession? Quick. 13 by 4. Under which section customer can initiate a case against us in DRT if we have mishandled the possession? Under section what? Under section what customer can go and file a case against the manner on which we have taken a possession? Under section 17. Clear? SARFAESI action cannot be initiated if. I think that last year question were damn easy. That's why we produced so many students. If you prepare in right direction, questions could be very easy for you. So when SARFAESI cannot be imposed, outstanding amount below 1 lakh, amount due is less than 20% of principal amount and interest thereon, security interest is over agriculture land, or all of the above. Options make a question easier or tougher. So here the option is making the question is damn easy. ठीक है. ऑप्शंस अगर रिलेटेड हो, को रिलेटेड हो, तो क्वेश्चन इजी हो जाता है. ऑप्शन अगर बहुत ज्यादा डिफरेंस एक से दूसरे का हो तो क्वेश्चन डिफिकल्ट हो जाता है. एंड हियर द क्वेश्चन इज डैम इजी फॉर आवर स्टूडेंट. ऑन ऑल दीज फॉलोइंग 3 scenarios it will not be implemented, but there is a Madras High Court judgment. If the land or the plantation is for cash crops, rich crops, or if that land is used for commercial agriculture land but using it for commercial activities or cash crops, then also SARFAESI can be imposed. Clear? Next, Lok Adalat to settle banking disputes involving amount up to 1 lakh, 5 lakh, 10 lakh, 20 lakh. I put the easy questions first so that you people remain motivated. There are top questions we will be asking, but yes, first we will go with easier ones. So to make you comfortable, पहले से डिफिकल्ट क्वेश्चन आ जाएगा तो आपके दिमाग में ये बैठेगा ये एग्जाम तो मुझसे होने वाला है ही नहीं. ऐसा नहीं है. You go to MCQ sections of the top MCQ sessions, professional banking section in application. Most of the questions are there which got repeated. Yes, equity mortgage is charged for agricultural land if used for commercial purpose. Yes. Okay. Yes. Answer is 20 lakhs. 20 lakhs, you all know. 20 lakhs. Up to 20 lakhs is Loko Adalat. Beyond 20, where can you go? After 20, where can you go? 20 लाख से ऊपर का केस है, लोक अदालत में तो होगा नहीं. कहाँ जाएंगे आप? Where will you go if the case is beyond 20 lakhs? Where will you go if the case is beyond 20 lakhs? Very good answer, DRT. Newcomers, please subscribe. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Next question on your screen. Nomination facility in case of lockers is described in which section and which act? Can you answer me without the options? Can you answer me without the options? That will show how far you have cleared the basics with knowledge. No, it is DRT, not district Vayal, Dattatray. Yes. Can you tell me? Yes, it is Z, but there is somewhere Z is mentioned, but section number and act name. 45Z, yes. BR Act, very good. Very good, Puneet. Your option starts now. Sections 45ZE to ZF of BR Act, ZC to ZD of BR Act, ZA to ZB in BR Act, or none of the above. Gaurav Kumar is saying SL1A and no, SL1, SL2, SL3 is the nomination form. For safe deposit locker, it is SL1, SL2, SL3. SL1 to add nomination, SL2 is to delete nomination, SL3 is to modify nomination. This is for safe deposit locker, then form number. The form name of the form is SL. Okay? Yes, there are little nitty-gritties. Maybe the next question about the forms they may ask you. So thank you for mentioning that. Yes, it is 45ZE and 45ZF where the nomination facility of lockers are described. Very good. Well, good going, good going. What is the full form AML? Damn easy, damn easy. What is the full form of AML? Damn easy question. एंटी मनी लॉन्ड्रिंग इसके बारे में क्या जाने बट एएलएम होता तो if it is ALM, if it is ALM, yes, it is anti-money laundering. If it is ALM, asset liability management. Okay, good. Good to go. Anti-money laundering, there are details. We have cleared a very, very, very informative one video on AML KYC. Please go through that. That will clear all your funda. They are asking so many questions on PMLA Act. They are also asking question about the PMLA the document preservation rule 2005. Okay, the 3 layers of money laundering. They are asking questions on that. Okay, so please go through that. Full form of mudra. Again, damn easy. I said in initial questions there will be damn easier question one, damn easy questions. Yes. Medium units, micro units, development and refinance, development and research, or none of them. Very good. Refinance. Yes, refinance is the term. Is the keyword. Refinance here. Very good. Good going. Very good going. Yeah, some details about mudra. You can see we'll discuss. We have discussed a lot about government schemes inside our application. And as far as these questions are concerned, you got to know that questions from international banking, questions from deep credit management, question from documentary credit, question from deep government schemes are part of your AML, are part of your syllabus. Because most of the YouTubers don't know what is the right question bank for Bank of Maharashtra. So you are generally misguided. Not in the case of Knowledgist aspirant. That's why in BOM we'll have more inside classes. Which section of RBI Act describes CRR for scheduled commercial banks without any floor of selling or any ceiling rate? Earlier, there was a ceiling of 40% that was now done away with. They have removed the cap. So, under which act, which section they describe it? Not 42A. 42A, certainly not. 42A is certainly not the right answer. 42.1. Very good. 42.1 is the right answer. And I always say the trick to remember the other one. The other one around. It is on RBI Act. You just tweak it. 24 BR Act. It talks about statutory liquidity ratio. Statutory liquidity ratio. If you are still confused about RBI and BR Act, in which act it is, CRR is maintained by whom? Maintained with whom? CRR is maintained with Reserve Bank of India. Okay, the money is left in the current account of bank in Reserve Bank of India. So the act is Reserve Bank of India. 42 subsection 1. The SLR is maintained with whom? Maintained with the bank itself. So it is Banking Regulation Act. Clear? Are you clear now? Yes. Are you clear? It is kept with RBI, so RBI Act. SLR is kept with banks itself, so Banking Regulation Act. That is 42. This is 24. Damn easy. Damn easy to remember. Yes. Isn't it easy to remember? The minimum age of joining APY is 18 years. And what is the maximum age by which you can enter to Atal Pension Yojana? If you come to bank, you have to do a lot of Atal Pension Yojana, like you do a lot of LIs in private banks. Here you need to do a lot of APYs, a lot of PMJJBYs, a lot of PMSBYs, apart from some limited target on life insurance though. Maximum age किसने बताया है 40? किसने बताया है 40? किसने कहा है 40? सारे बोल रहे हैं 40. अभी बहुत हो रहा है, ठीक है अभी. यस. पीएमजेजेवाई, एसबीवाई और एपीवाई का टारगेट अभी बढ़ता जा रहा है, बट ऑलमोस्ट आई बिलीव दैट 80%, 90% ऑफ पीपल आर ऑलरेडी एनरोल्ड इनटू इट. How come they will achieve target, and why they are forcing to achieve target is beyond my understanding. There should be some rationale behind this target setting. Those who are setting the targets should prove the logic behind the setting target. Otherwise, they will go on and on and on. Okay, in coming days, we will form something, some legal. I'm looking forward for. I'm discussing with so many people. This type of target, those who are giving the targets should be booked, because for their targets, many people are suffering from mental trauma and mental distress. So why they are setting this target? What is the logic behind that? What forced them to incorporate that target should be taken into account. Yes, this is none of my business right now. My business is to make you qualify in Bank of Maharashtra and in high numbers, more than the previous one. Right? So it is 40. All of you are right. All of you are right. It is 40 years. Total pension yojana. Okay, 18 to 40 years. And the maximum amount, they may ask you next year some other question related to APY. What is the maximum pension one can get? It is 5,000. And what are the bands? 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, and 5,000. These are the bands. Okay. In case of premature death of subscriber before 60 years of age, spouse of the subscriber can continue the contribution to APY account of the subscriber for the remaining vesting period till the original subscriber would have attained the age of 60 years. Okay. And the entry age is up to 40. The premium paying period is up to 60 years. But in case the subscriber dies, his or her spouse can continue the payment up to the 60 years of the deceased applicant. Clear? Yes. Mina Taylor, you can find our number flashing on your screen. Flashing on your screen. Here, this Knowledgist sticker is subscribed now. Is going on now. There is the number will come up. You can ping us. Our admins will answer you. How many members of one family can avail the financial assistance under PMEGP scheme? Recently, also in CBO, they asked about PMEGP. PMEGP is not died. Corona may be gone, but the hot questions from PMEGP is still there for banking exams. How many members of one family can avail financial assistance? The death insured claim is also available. Yes. Very good. Without options, you people are answering. That is what I like. That is what I need. So when the question maker want try to experiment a lot with the questions, nowadays I know question makers, their job is to experiment with question. They will be given this question and their job is to tweak this question, to add some additional information, to make it lengthy and relevant, just to play with your minds. Basics needs to be clear, not MCQs. You need to be clear with basics, and for that you have the platform. You are lucky to have been part of Knowledgist. For that matter, it is only one member of a family can avail the benefits of PMEGP, PM Employment Guarantee Program. We have discussed a lot inside. Okay, we'll discuss coming internal classes. Negative lien means what? A declaration by a borrower not to encumber its assets of a company or of an individual without previous consent of a banker. Deposit of title deeds with the bank with an oral declaration to mark bank's lien. A lien letter to execute the assets. By the borrower authorizing the bank to mark lien on its FD or FDR, fixed deposit receipts. Yes, people are more aware about PMEGP. In the wake of COVID, PMEGP was a very hot scheme rolled out for bankers. Many bankers suffered for that. Yes, you answers please. Very good, very good. Most of you answered A, some D, some B, but some most of you have answered A. That shows how far you are prepared for this next battle. Yes, it is A. Okay, that it's a you cannot encumber the asset for two with anyone, or you cannot create another loan with that asset. That declaration is called negative lien. Okay, like earlier, what was happening on one mortgage, one property, these people were creating multiple loans. So that is not in the case of a negative lien. The bailment of goods as security for payment of a debt performance of a promise is called special bailment, pledge, pledged by trust agent of both A and B. Both A and B. A bailment of goods as security for payment of debt or performance of a promise is called special bailment, placed by trust agent or both A and B. Performance of promise is in the case of bank guarantees. Yes, when you put hypothecation of a good is negative lien. Yes. When you put a mortgage on a property, it is a negative lien. Yes. Your answers, please. Yes, very good. It is place. It is bailment of goods in case of place. Clear? In Pradhan Mantri Jivan Jyoti Bima Yojana of the Government of India, it is available to people in the age group having a bank account who give their consent to join through auto debit. 18 to 50 years, 18 to 65, 18 to 60, 18 to 55. We later discussed about the accidental insurance coverage, that is Pradhan Mantri Suraksha Yojana. Now we are discussing about the life insurance scheme under PM Mudra Yojana, PM Jan Dhan Yojana, that is PMJJBY. Both PMJJBY and PMSBY are part of PM Jan Dhan Yojana. Clear? Yes, Jivan Jyoti Bima Yojana is for 18 to 50. Very most of you are right. Most of you are right. Yes. Okay. Some details. We'll go through this internal session. If a person is missing, then after how many years is that person considered deceased after filing a complaint? Police complaint rather. 11 years, 8 years, 7 years, and 5 years. Yes, auto debit for 18 to 55. Answer please. If someone is missing for this much years and a case is filed, or a missing report is filed, then after how many years you will be treated as a deceased? Very good. Not 11 years. Someone answered A, someone answered 8 years. No, this is not the right answer. Right answer is 7 years, and it is under section 108 of Indian Evidence Act 1872. Okay? A missing individual under Indian Evidence Act section 108 is declared deceased by this act. Okay, declare deceased after 7 years of missing. After 7 years of missing, please note down the section and the act. Next time they could ask a question on these sections and the acts. Yes. Section 45ZA in Banking Regulation Act deals with release of contents of safe deposit lockers, nomination for payments of depositors' money, none of the above, or both A and B. 45ZA. You please answer. Please answer. Answer, please. Newcomers, do subscribe. Yes, it is. It is nomination for payment of depositors' money. So only in deposit account nomination is under section 45 ZA. Next, 1 rupee in revenue stamp is used for which amount in India? Transaction of which amount in India? The amount or value for which is less than 5,000. The amount or the value for consideration when it exceeds 10,000. The amount or the value for consideration exceeds 5,000, or both A and B. The amount or value for consideration if it exceeds 5,000, 10,000. Less than 5,000, exceeds 10,000, or exceeds 5,000 when we use a revenue stamp of rupees 1 for any transaction receipt, etc. So maybe you are using paying rent, or your bank you may be giving the rent receipt. So after what amount you use the revenue stamp? If your rent is above what amount, you have to pay this revenue stamp when it exceeds 55,000. 5,000. Yes, 5,000. Very good. Such questions are being asked. So be informed. Be informed. Yes, and you still can join batch one. People who are joining us till tomorrow, till Sunday, will be added to batch one. The initial missing classes will be seen on recording. Only the opening classes of Quant English is completed. Rest, we are taking the classes. As per the Reserve Bank of India's decision, demand draft above 20,000, what should be the new rule? And what rule should be followed if a bank wants to issue a demand draft above 20,000? These are issued invariably with account pay crossing. They are issued without account pay crossing, both A and B, or none. Your answers, please. Some of you have answered it, not some. Dattatray has answered it without options given. Gaurav, Bharat Kumar is saying it should be with KYC now. Yes, yes, as Dattatray has answered it rightly and without options, my best wishes with him. Yes, it is invariably with account pay. With account pay. Our option is given here wrong. It is with account pay. Just a second, you watch the ticker so that I could change the answer here. Just a second. You watch our success story, everything. By the time I will rectify the answer. Yes, it is option A. Yes, it is with account pay. There is another rule regarding the demand drafts above 50,000. Can anyone tell me what is the answer to that? If it is demand draft above 50,000, then it should only be debited from the account, not through cash. There are certain rules of demand draft. Demand draft is discussed under section 85A of NI Act. It is a prepaid negotiable instrument wherein the drawee bank undertakes to make payment in full when the instrument is presented by the pay for the payment. Okay, there are some difference between check and a demand draft. Check can get dishonored, but the draft can never be dishonored because it is a prepaid instrument. Okay, demand draft can be cleared in a specified branch of the issuer bank. A check can be made payable to bearer, but demand draft cannot be. It is account pay to the it is directed towards only one person or one company or one institution for that matter. Demand draft is backed by the bank's guarantee, so it's secure, but check is not. Similarly, there is something called banker's check. Banker's check is generally used for transactions in a localized area. It is cleared in the same bank, same branch. Here, next, the risk that the bank will not receive funds from its counterparties on the due date is called what? The risk that the bank will not receive funds from its counterparties on a due date is called liquidity risk, settlement risk, counterparty risk, cross border risk. Yes, up to 20K without account pay. After 20K, it is invariably with account pay. Yeah, there is a confusion between B and C. It is settlement risk. You can also, we have there is one error done by us, but this settlement risk, the highest probability of the answer is settlement of risk, but it is also called counterparty risk. Okay, and it is also part of credit risk. Okay, it is also part of credit risk. And settlement risk also arises in the case of foreign exchange transactions, where the settlement takes in T plus 2 days. So when there are some crises like Ukraine Russian crisis, and we have a money due or we have a foreign exchange transaction with Russia, and Russia defaults because of the SWIFT transaction, etc., SWIFT ban, etc., Russia starts defaulting. So that is also called settlement risk. Okay, that is also called settlement risk. Here it can also be called settlement risk and counterparty risk. More appropriate is the settlement risk because on that date we would the counterparty would have credited the money to our account, but the settlement is not taking place as per the precondition. Clear? Yes, we should not have put counterparty risk in the options, which is making this question more difficult. And the probability of B and C is very high to be the right answer. Yes, counterparty risk is also called a credit risk, right? Yes, the EEFC account acts like which account? Yes, so that's why it's need. Sometimes you need to clear your funda. The option could be different. Questions could be changed, could be tweaked, could be made lengthy. So you need to clear your funda to crack Bank of Maharashtra. Okay, and yes, uh, last 2 years, maximum questions were asked from our top 100 MCQs. They're expanding that too for this year, looking into the last year pattern, current year pattern, etc. But there is a hell and heaven difference between your RRB and other bank exam pattern and Bank of Maharashtra. You could see not a question from financial awareness. I always believe these current news related questions are complete buck. Complete buck. I'm happy. I'm very happy that CBO has not repeated the mistake that that the RRB question makers are doing. They are asking more questions from current news, which should not be the case. Banking questions should be from professional banking. That will test someone's banking knowledge and practical exposure to banking. Yes. Yes, it is exchange earners foreign currency. But what should be the right answer? Very good. Ujjwal Misra gave the right answer. Yogesh gave the right answer. Zuker gave the right answer. Parul, Aditi. The list is very long. The list is very long. It's a current account. EEFC, double EFC can only be opened through a current account. Like I told you, I published a book on Amazon where I was getting my royalty from USA because that was being sold in USA, highly sold in USA. So that time the exchange rate was 45 rupees. If I want to open a account, if I want that money to be credited in my Indian account and not in Indian rupee, but in current account, sorry, but in dollar for, so that so that I can redeem or I can exchange the dollars in a future date when the dollar price appreciates. Okay, so that's why you are taking advantage from the currency movement. So there is no interest payment is made and separate, and also it is a current account, hence there is no interest being paid. This is EEFC. We discussed about this in our internal forex class for CBO. It will again be discussed. Okay, this can be written up to specified limits. You can credit 100% of your royalty, 100% of your income from foreign currency in this EFC account. Okay, as an individual, if you are a professional, freelancer, doctor, lawyer, artist, architect, engineer, consultant, CA, director on boards of overseas company, then you can load 100% of your foreign earnings into this account in foreign exchange. And corporates, like 100% export oriented companies, EPZ, export processing zone, software technology park, electronic hardware technology park, companies located in these areas can deposit 100% of their fund into EFC. Earlier it was 70%, later it is changed to the 100%. Okay, and one can operate EFC only in current account form. Clear? DSCR indicates the ability of a company to meet long-term obligations, service the shareholders, raise further capital, or meet the current liability. DSCR indicates the liability of a company. You see now the depth of the question has increased from the earlier discussed ones. Yes, DSCR indicates the ability of a company to meet long-term obligations, service its shareholders, raise the further capital, meet the current liability. Very good, very good. Meet the long-term obligations. Okay, DSCR is like fire for corporate loans or business loans or working capital loans. And for individual salaried case term loans, you calculate fixed obligation to income ratio. Similarly, in the case of business, in the case of working capital assessment, you calculate debt service coverage ratio. Very good. These are all are covered in our credit management section. I will enable this credit management section for our aspirants in BOM 2. The current ratio can be numerically be expressed in the form of the following equation. Current ratio is equal to current asset minus current liability, current asset plus current liability, current asset by current liabilities, current asset into current liability, CA minus CL, CA plus CL, CA by CL, CA into CL. What is the right answer? Very good. Somnath, Ravindranath, Subham. Yes. Very good, very good, very good. Those who said CA by CL, you are right. Sanju, you have done just a simple mistake. CA minus CL, you have gone towards the working capital. But it is CA minus CL. Sorry, CA by CL. CA divided by CL. Clear. Fund flow statements is prepared to do what? Ascertain the item-wise outflow of funds in a given period, identify changes in working capital, identify reasons behind changes in working capital, all of the above. If I would have put these questions first, many people would have left the session and go away. Many people would have left the session and go away, but still there are so many who can bear this level of question. That means you are all are well prepared. If you are not scratching your heads after looking into these kind of questions, then you are in the game. You are into the game. Maybe you know it or may not be, but if you are not scratching your heads right now, then you are well into the game of Bank of Maharashtra. My advance congratulations to all of you. Yes, fund flow statement is for following three reasons. Yes, you ascertain the item wise outflow for which thing your payment is being made, for which you have higher fund flows, for which you have lower fund flows. Identify the changes in your working capital positions. Identify reasons behind the changes in your working capital position. All of these reasons. Very good. What is the charge created on gold loan? Exact question asked last year. Lien plays hypothecation non. Go to the credit management section inside your application. You will find a detailed discussion on it. This time they're asking about the charge on gold loan. Next time they may ask about the assignment, like in the case of your insurance papers. Yes, very good place. Very good, very good, very good. It is a silly question. This is place versus hypothecation versus lien versus mortgage. We have also discussed general lien, specified lien, and bankers lien for that matter. So you please cover that. Liability of a partnership a partner in a partnership business is unlimited, limited, limited up to his share or up to his contribution or none of the above. Your answers, please. Yes, please answer, please answer, please answer. Yes, someone saying unlimited, someone saying limited, and up to his share, up to his contribution. No, it is unlimited. Limit the liability of partners in a partnership firm is unlimited. So, what is the way out? What is the way out? Is LLP. The way out is LLP. In general, in partnership, each partner has unlimited personal liability. The Partnership Act 1932 says that whatever debts incurred by the business, all the legal responsibility of all the partners pay of them. So whatever illegal activities, whatever debts are incurred as a business in a partnership firm, is the liability of the partners to pay that amount. So for that, Limited Liability Partnership Act of 2008 was enacted. It is the combination of a private limited and partnership limited company. So it says your liability is limited, and the LLP or the partnership firm gets registered as a separate entity, as an artificial entity, and it can, at the time of winding up, it is the business worth of the business or the assets of the business that are sold to pay off the dues, not the others' dues. Okay. Okay. I hope this session is very beneficial for you to decide how to prepare, which course to prepare, which one is the best platform in India to provide. We always say if someone could produce 1% of our result with teaching, and I leave you with our results of last year. So see it again, stay motivated. If you want your photos on our screens next year and crack this exam, you need to give us 2 months, dedicatedly to you 2 months. You need not prepare a single study material, a single page, a single question outside the knowledgeist ambit to crack the exam. Stay focused with only the contents that are available in your portal. Okay. Thank you very much. Everybody saying good session. Rabindranath, thanks. Rupesh, thanks so much for your patience. You waited for me for long 1 hour to get live. There were technical glitch, but thank you for your patience, and this shows how dedicated you are towards this exam. I hope all of you will be part of the Knowledgeist team. Last year we have a record of having 248 selections in both scale 2 and scale 3, and I need this year at least 400. We will break our record. So thank you everybody. Sitansu Avasti, everybody, for your kind comments at the end. Thank you for your patience. From where we can get more previous year questions in application, we will upload it. We'll get all previous year questions. Okay, this question bank of all previous year including RRB etc will be made available to. We are working on the content. There are so much of last year content still added in your application. We are removing one by one and adding this year's content, and as class goes we have already covered only 2 classes. As class progress, the recording and the updates will be uploaded in the folder in the application. Thank you again. Yes, it will be only available for our paid members, and I think Kamseti Somnath is also our paid member. For you, it is available. Thank you. Thank you again for your love, support, and time. See you in the inside class.